Hello boys, it's gameplayer707. Now, today for my video idea, I'm gonna go full Rachel Ray style. And I'm gonna do a cooking show within my own channel. You've never seen this before because I've never done it before. And our ingredients are these Pillsbury crescent dough, some pepperoni, some McCormick Italian herb seasoning grinders, and some Walmart branded garlic powder, a knife, a paper plate is recommended, and a big sheet that you can actually fit inside of your toaster oven. Or oven if you're boring. But you know the most important ingredient here, I'm gonna make parents approve of this cooking show, and I'm going to wash my hands. Okay, what you want to get started on is get your Pillsbury cress dough rolls. Sometimes you can use a Pillsbury dough cooking sheet or like a cookie sheet. I'm not sure what it's called, but you can use Sheet's version of this. It's just not as good. These are already pre-cut, which is pretty cool. So pop this open, and then you'll see that there's like a big, long, like log of this dough. So get it out with least damage as you can. Once you have it out, you can tear apart these pieces strung by this roll. So you can quick take it apart and roll the sheet out like this. I'm gonna go a little over the edge there because I really have to. My toaster oven's pretty small. So I'm going to put these separate sheets of 2 on the plate just so I have 2 ways to dribble the sheets. And now you want to separate the sheets into one single roll. Oh, I have a little bit of stick there. So now you can get about 2 at once, and you want to do the following moves. You want to get your pepperoni and use about 5 for each. So that's 1, 2, 3, my dog wants in, 4, and 5. Just like that, right at the end, where it's fatter. And then over here, I'm going to place 1 roni, 2 roni, 3 roni, 4 roni, and 5. You can add or subtract due to what your family members think. So pop a cap off of the McCormick, and then you want to shred it all on this. All over the whole thing. And then you want to take some garlic powder, and since you don't want to add it in a lot, put out your hand and then pour about like a micro spoonful, and then put it all around each different one with about a full pinch on each. Go in a circling motion because that's about probably the best. And then when you're done, you can evenly spread it while wiping your hands over. When you're done with that, you can roll the stuff up until it's just like this. You can cover the ends if you... I think I forgot cheese. Wait, I totally forgot what I actually used my knife for. I unrolled this thing, and I may as well need some scissors. Use safety. Don't cut yourself open, because that's not fun. This is a cooking show, not a health and to stop bleeding show. So these are the string cheeses, and you can pull one off and then tear one out. Now what you want to do with this one is... Oh my god, my hands are so greasy. Okay, once you've spent a while to open these, you want the cheese. You're going to cut the cheese. Oh god. You're going to slice the cheese in half. Erase what I said earlier from your memory. And I'm going to put the cheese in the middle of each pepperoni. And now, here is how we roll it up. So then, you can cover it if you want to so the cheese doesn't ooze all on your thing, because it probably will because it melts. Right there. Roll that up. Right there. Keep it on your plate. I think it's a better idea if you do keep it on the plate, because you can get a second paper plate. That's a okay idea too. So then you can get a little more of the Italian herb season, put it on there. Now you want to get your second Pillsbury dough sheet out and repeat that process all of the times that you need. Remember the pepperoni. I need a lot more. The grinders. Remember the garlic powder is pretty strong. I'm gonna have another cheese out. So I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna scissor these open. It's just way too hard for me to get that open like you should when your hands are greasy. At least I got a start on it. Okay. And then you want to open the cheese like you did before. Next time I think I'm just going to open it regularly because I kind of made it harder for myself. Yeah. Open the cheese and then slice the cheese in half with the knife. And then put the cheese on the pepperoni. Roll it up, make sure you have it even. Cover the holes if you don't want cheese to leak out. That's another roll done. We can move on to the other. Remember, keep doing the pepperoni as you should. You need about 40 individual slices of pepperoni to make a whole batch of these. You could do a half batch and then keep that. Italian herb seasoning. Garlic powder. Oops, okay. I'm gonna move this a little closer. Like that, okay. And then, the other piece of the cheese. Roll it. Oh, that's a little loose. Roll that. You're gonna have your thing right here. And you might want to start preheating that oven, because I'm coming quick. You want to put it about 350 degrees, because that's probably the best one. And you want to actually bake them for 15 minutes until golden brown. Or at least that's what the thing says. This is my 5th and 6th. Tear it apart with the strands. Put one down, put the other one down, make sure they're separate. And Roni time. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. I'm only gonna put 4 on this one because that's really, really small for what I want. Italian herb seasoning, maybe a little bit under on that one too. Garlic powder. Okay. Next, cheese. Got one. Slice it. Half with the knife. Put one on there. Get more ronis, because you really need a lot for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More seasoning. Put that on there. Roll it up like before. Cover. And I don't think I really can cover on this side because it's really big. And then roll. Cover. Yeah, this one's gonna be a leaky man. Right there, right there. And now we're getting to the point where the actual pan could not consist of all of the stuff. So I'm only gonna put one on here now. Move these over a little because they're not cooking yet. And then rub it in from your excess if you want. And then you could flip it over so you don't waste more. Oh, I have some here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I think this can use a little more garlic powder there. Rub it all in. Because it's really fine. You only want to pour it on in small amounts. And most of the time you shouldn't pour it. Another cheese. I'll use this one because that's already out. Yeah, this is really, really hard to open. Open the cheese. Thank God it's the last. Twist maybe. If that works, yes it does. Put the cheese on there. Roll it up. And then you have a nice spicy Italian-based roll. And finally, the last dough. 5 ronis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost on the dot from what I estimated. Italian herb seasoning. Garlic powder. Just a little bit. You don't want too much because you don't want the flames inside of your mouthy. Roll the cheese up if you want. And then roll the whole roll up. But this is not fruit. Don't eat this thinking this is fruit. Okay. So now we can go over it with a little more Italian herb seasoning. Spread them out a little more. Put them like this. And if they sink together, too bad. So now, since I'm moving the position, I'm going to actually move the camera. I'm going to fast forward on my toaster oven view, because that really would be a little better. And since there is no real heat on side of the plate, we're just going to put it in right there and then close the latches. Move it to 15 minutes. You might want to watch over them for about once in a while. My toaster oven's a little more heavy on the back, so the back ones will get more heat. So I'm going to skip forward and see you guys in a minute. It's been about 3 minutes now. And since you can see my reflection, let's move this tripod. One of my least favorite stages is to actually clean up. But since this thing doesn't require a lot of work, I can go to my spice drawer, put both of my spices back, take all of the cheese. This goes in my deli fridge. All of this trash goes in the can. And then you want to get every single piece of trash, including me, into the garbage. I guess your plate can stay for right now. Close up everything. The pepperonis go back in my dad's fridge, even though there's like 4 left. Scissors, I only use to open packages. Knife goes in the sink. And now, the reason why I left the paper plate was, you can get a towel, wipe up all of your space, and then push it back on the plate. Oh. Okay, so now once you're done, you can wash your hands for a second time. because that would probably be good. My hands are still greasy. Back over to toaster oven view. So far it's been about 5 minutes now, and the cheese is starting to get a little warm, and the pan is starting to sizzle because it's baking all of its moisture out. I'm gonna check on the golden brownness. They're all cooking equally, which is taking me by surprise. About 7 minutes are left. Let's check in again. So far, everything's good. Guys, it's been a while, but I think I'm gonna add a little more time because the cheese isn't fully melted yet. So far, it's about taken 14 minutes. I can hear a mass sizzle in my oven. They're getting to that point, but I think I want to extend the time by a little more. Oh, forgot to turn the recording off. Let's check yet again on the... Yeah, I don't know what's wrong, but they aren't cooking at the top. Okay. I turned up to heat the 400, and maybe that'll help. I'm just gonna wait until this one goes out. And I'm not gonna add any more time. So you're gonna sit here and wait for about 10 seconds until the ding happens. I'm sure that was not 10 seconds, but I'll take it. It was a ding. So if you have an oven mitt, that's probably the best, but if you don't, or just don't want to get it out, then you can double layer a non-paper towel. If you do use a paper towel, it will kill you, or burn your fingers really bad to the point where it feels like it would have killed you. So, I'm not even sure if I can grip that correctly. I'm just going to push it in. Well, too bad because I have to get it out now. Yeah, I think the oven mitt is the way to go. Turns out I don't have an oven mitt on standby. So we're going to do it. We're going to hold this and do it. We're going to risk the burn, but we're going to have a tasty little perfection. Nope, we aren't. That's really hot. Another layer we go into the ultimate toaster oven treat. Perfect. Dual times a stick. Zero times worse. Oven view is gone. We're going back to table view, because table view is where we should be. And now it's time to serve these bugaroos. And this step of serving only really requires a paper towel. Sometimes they'll be wrinkly, like right here, and sometimes they will just be flat, like what happened a couple days ago. So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna at least attempt to pick one of these things up. I don't think I can. They may be glued to the plate. Here, let me get a spatula. I'm not sure that I'm using this the correct way it should. That is pretty hot, so I'm gonna do that. Picked one off. Let's go. It works. There we go. Rolls. One here. Why is it so weird? I don't know. And another one here. A serving is about 2 pepperoni rolls. That's what I've went by. So, there and there. Perfect. Now, we can serve these little buggeroos.
Yum.
They look great. Do I think you'll like these? I think with the sweet dough, the pepperoni adds spice, the garlic powder adds a little more spice, and the oregano adds a little more spice. It will leave a tiny burn, but it won't leave a ghost pepper flame. Do I think you'll approve of these? If you try it, yes. Do I think Gordon Ramsay will approve of this? Heck no. Because that man doesn't like anything of what he makes. Well, this was the first part of my series, Cooking with gameplayer707. See you guys when I cook next.